Chapter 5. Genevieve Behrend. The following are quotes from her book, Your Invisible Power, published in 1921. There is nothing unusual or mysterious in the idea of your pictured desire coming into material evidence. It is the working of a universal natural law. Everything in the whole world, from the hat on your head to the boots on your feet, has its beginnings in mind and comes into existence in exactly the same manner. All are projected thoughts, solidified. Once a thing seems normal to you, it is as surely yours through the law of growth and attraction as it is yours to no addition after you have learned the use of figures. On previous occasions, when making my mental picture, I had felt that I was waking up something within myself. This time there was no sensation of effort. I simply counted over the $20,000. Then, in a most unexpected manner, from a source of which I had no consciousness at the time, there seemed to open a possible avenue through which the money might reach me. In a nutshell, what we visualize tends to come into being. Use this invisible but logical power to turn any desire into reality. The older prosperity manuals are often the best, and Genevieve Behrend's writings provide a charming entry point to the genre. It is fascinating to sit down with Your Invisible Power after reading contemporary manifestation and law of attraction books like The Secret and Ask and It Is Given, as you realize that many of their ideas are not new, with Behrend having studied and written about this material 80 years previously. Behrend was the only known pupil of Thomas Troward, 1847 to 1916, a former judge in the Punjab of British India, who in his spare time had studied the world's sacred books and become a metaphysical philosopher. He was a master, according to Behrend, of the laws governing the relation between the individual and the universal mind. In addition to his celebrated Edinburgh lectures, highly praised by philosopher William James, Troward is best known for his book, The Creative Process in the Individual, which argues that the fulfillment of our individual personalities is vital for the evolution of the universe. His thinking was seminal in the emergence of the New Thought movement and Ernest Holmes' Science of Mind. Troward's work is not easy reading, however, and Behrend took it upon herself to simplify his ideas for a larger audience. In the manner of Florence Scovel Shinn, who also lived in New York in the 1920s, Behrend's short book combines spiritual principles with anecdotes of her work to help people appreciate their abundant nature. Compared to its modern counterparts, Your Invisible Power is more focused on visualization to achieve desires, and is also distinguished by its concept that every person is God in miniature. In practical terms, this means that when you have feelings of lack, you have just forgotten your connection to divine abundance. Create order through visualization. Behrend's first point is that visualization actually brings order to your mind. The universe, and the mind behind it, is perfectly ordered, and your use of vivid imagination allows this order to be expressed. We only have airplanes and telephones, she notes, because someone first imagined that such things could exist. All great advances are a triumph of principle over current circumstances or reality. Reality is a blurry concept when you consider that all things are first created in the mind. At the moment of their imagining, they are already part real. When the Wright brothers were designing and experimenting with their flying machines, these early craft were just the current expression of a perfect image of flight already created. After each failure, it is said that one brother would say to the other, "That's all right, brother. I can see myself riding in that machine, and it travels easily and steadily." With such strong images always in front of them, their success in creating the first workable airplane took on an air of inevitability. As Behrend puts it, in visualizing or making a mental picture, you are not endeavoring to change the laws of nature. You are fulfilling them. A strong mental image summons the mysterious but unfailing law of attraction, which allows things to manifest according to what you have imagined. Exploit the power of strong images. Barron notes, everyone visualizes, whether he knows it or not. We all create our futures first in the mind before they are played out in physical reality. This creates the wonderful opportunity of being able to choose those images. There is nothing weird or strange about the process. The laws of visualization, attraction, and manifestation are the natural way everything is created. As examples, she mentions railway magnate James J. Hill, whose railroad stretching from one coast of America to the other was built in his mind years before the first track was actually laid, and the millionaire Australian grazier James Tyson, who made the deserts blossom as the rose. Even when he was working for a few shillings a day as a bushman, she notes, he simply kept his thoughts centered upon the idea of making fences and seeing flowers and grass where none existed at the time. Yet what Hill and Tyson did, we all do to achieve a goal. The image of what you want is strong enough to pull you into action. Barron refers to a rather beautiful statement from St. Paul in the Bible to sum up what she is saying. The worlds are formed by the word of God. Things which are seen are not made of things which do appear. Expressions of divine abundance. The great architect of the universe contemplated himself as manifesting through his polar opposite, matter. Barron goes to some lengths to explain the theology behind what she describes as the law of attraction. As the previous quote indicates, there is a creative power, universal mind, or God, that generates the universe, and that, for completion's sake, likes to see thought manifested into physical form. Human beings are like the creative power in miniature, also able to turn thoughts into reality, literally to make our own worlds in the same way that God has total command over the universe. Human beings exist so that the universal mind can be differentiated, expressed in an endless variety of personalities. Therefore, by visualizing and then bringing something into form, you are fulfilling God's will for you to be unique and powerful. You fulfill your personality by creating something out of nothing. Barron notes that some people feel that it is too material and not spiritual enough to visualize things that you want to happen. Yet the deliberate manifesting of what you want is exactly what God intended for you to do. God creates with total ease and joy. So should you.